Alright, what you see here is a Hunter right at home ceiling fan in the Hunter green finish. I got this fan way back in 2015, not around 2015, 2016. But originally I was supposed to get it back in 2015. Story behind this and the other fan that came with it as a pair. This fan I found off of Craigslist, or back in April or May of 2015. And I was going to get them, but then their listings disappeared, so I assumed they were sold. Then, several months later, I found the exact fans relisted, but on OfferUp. Turns out the seller just got tired of you listing them over and over again on Craigslist after each week, which I don't blame them. That's why I stopped posting stuff on Craigslist too. But I was going to pick them up in November with Brandon C. Johnson, the same day that I got the White Hunter Infinity, the Polished Brass Cold Up Stratosphere, the new in-box Hunter Low Profile 2 and Antique Brass from him, and the Galaxy Table Fan, the 12-inch round one that I got. This was supposed to be part of that haul, however, when we were originally going to go pick it up, we were going to pick up this first and then get the Infinity and the Code Up. But what happened was the seller never responded and sent us an address, so we had to save for another day. So then we ended up picking them up in January of 2016. And when we showed up to the house, the seller told us that he liked the fans. Like, he knew that they were good fans. It's just that he didn't want green stuff in the rooms they were in because it was like a dual install, living room, kitchen install. I'm assuming this one was in the kitchen because the blaze on this one had quite a bit more grease on it, from what I remember. But I just grabbed whichever one out of the two. This one seemed to have had better bearings out of the two. Seemed to run a little bit more quieter, so I grabbed this one for myself. So yeah. But the kitchen had green, had like a green exhaust extract type thing over the stove, a green stove, green countertops, green cabinets. There was a lot of green, so I can definitely understand the person, not the seller, getting sick of having so much green in those two rooms, especially the house being green too. So yeah. But yeah, I was obviously having the green blades facing down. As you can see, they're kind of warped more upwards since I'm using the side that wasn't facing down. I gotta say though, I actually do like it a little bit more with the walnut blades, only because I've seen a lot of decor back from like the 90s era that has a brass, green, and wood look to it, and it's just a very childhood combination for me, so I really do like it. I like the green too, but just the combination is just more childhood for me. Like going to older Wendy's, or like just restaurants in general that would have this setup. But I'm like, well, in Wendy's case, it would have like more of a natural oak wood coloration on the table, on the chairs and such, which makes me the Wendy's near me still like that, but I don't see them renovating it anytime soon. And there's no fans in that one, sadly, but something like this I could see looking really nice in there though. But more so in a breakfast, like a diner type themed place, like a very 80s, like late 80s, early 90s themed one. I can see this looking really nice in there. Yeah. Let's see the logo. Let's go ahead and show up the light quickly. You can see that does work, and I am using 4 LEDs in it. Now, this fan was actually supposed to be installed in my mom's bedroom at the old apartment, exactly the way you see it here, except it would have been on a down rod. As I found out later on that these actually would have came with a bright brass down rod, so it would have looked weird to me, but at least I know it would have been like what it would have came with from factory. But what happened was, I'll just turn off the lights and just to speed up the video, just test the lighting. But what happened was, the day before we were supposed to install the password 2 in the dining room at the old place, we got a letter that they were selling the building that we had to move out. So this fan never got installed there, and since my mom's bedroom here hasn't been down, but there's no way to put something in the center without destroying it, this fan never got installed there. So yeah, it does give off good lighting. It has 4 lights, so it's not a surprise. Now the pull chain does have a little bit of issues. If I pull it like that, it will do the whole thing, but if I pull it like that, it does like it kind of skips the speed. So yep, there's low. But yeah, it's the way my mom's bedroom is. The mantle in her bedroom, or the fireplace slash mantle. The walnut on it's basically a walnut finish, and it would match perfectly with this. It actually would match with the Casablanca's walnut too, so that one's a little bit more accurate. But I feel like this fan would have looked nice in her room because the medallion had like a floral design on it somewhat. So these shades I think would have complemented it a lot. The only thing is I'm not looking to ruin the medallion. Just to put up a fan in a place I'm probably gonna be here for another few years at most, and then move out. So it's not worth. And plus, it's not my place. If I was living here permanently, I would take the risk. But also, it's that and the dining room are the two rooms I spend the least amount of time in, aside from the basement. So, and I have fans, and I'm not really in those rooms enough that would bother me too much. Plus, I can just use table fans there. Yeah, it's a good low speed. Not sure if the light. But yeah, there's a lot of places I could see having like a fan like this installed back in like the mid to late 90s, early 2000s. In fact, that IHOP that's near me that has the 5 Emerson designer fans, which actually they actually took them out. They renovated that one recently. But the place I was at before, they had like 2 polished brass fans on one side, and then the other side had 1 fan that was polished brass, same exact model and such. Probably some generic builder thingy. Something they could have been like Victorian knockoffs. I'm not sure. But the restaurant itself had like a lot of. I always keep thinking this would have looked perfect there, but I know the fans weren't green. However, the ceiling was green from what I remember, and the fans were like gloss wood blades like this with polished brass. So this kind of really reminds me of that restaurant. I forget what it was called. I think it was like Beckford's House, something like that. I don't know, but it wasn't a chain place. It was like well, it kind of was, but it's definitely not around anymore. All right, now for medium. But yeah, and another backstory behind these models is it's actually the first green ceiling fan that I've seen, aside from the one that was at my former cousin's apartment. That was one I saw many years ago. Then she happened to move to the exact apartment that I saw it in. Because I'm my godmother. Well, I have 2 godmothers, but one of my godmothers, the 3rd apartment upstairs, she owns the whole building, so she rents the other 2 units up above her. And the 3rd one had that green one, that spinner that's missing the blades, but they put them back on after they moved out, and that 4-bladed thing in the living room. But there was also a 5-bladed thing in the bedroom, but I didn't have permission to test that one. Some like landmark mainstays knockoff of some sort. But I remember seeing one of these actually in one of my friend's cousin's house back in the year 2007, which was actually featured in the 2007-2008 slideshow, old fans photo slideshows from back when I first started doing YouTube. But at first I didn't think I thought it was a Hampton Bay knockoff of this. But then I found out about this model, but then when I looked at that, I thought it was a Hampton Bay knockoff because it had the pink stripe, complete stripe around the motor housing, whereas this one had 2 pink stripes. I thought it was a knockoff. Then I looked at it closely, and it was the same exact look as this, except the pink thing. Then I found out that they actually had like a ribbon thing they can wrap around it for extra decoration, but a lot of people didn't use it because it depends on if they wanted to or not. But yeah. So then when I found out it was the same model, I really wanted to get this one even more. So yeah, now for the high speed. Interesting about that one though is they had 4 green blades facing downwards and 1 walnut blade was facing down. So I found that very, very interesting. Fan could still be there to this day. I haven't been there. That was the first and only time I've seen that fan. But I do know some of my friend's cousins have moved out of that area. Basically, they had the whole block to themselves. Basically, it was like kind of like lower income apartments and such. But could still be there. I go by there every now and then because they have like a lot of murals painted on the apartments in that area to make it look more nice and such. But I'm not sure if it's still there or not. It's possible. It's possibly not. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go and ask if they're still living there because it would be awkward. They probably wouldn't even remember if it is them. But And then I never really was really close to the cousins that lived in that Pacific apartment building, so it'd be very strange. But yeah, I have my own one now, so that's really all that matters. But yeah, these are some pretty uncommon hunter fans. These did come in 4 different finishes. It came in, one of them came, it was like a maroon finish, an off-white finish, and a white finish. Yeah, actually no, I think the off-white one was called almond finish. I think that's what it was. I do actually have that model, but I forget what the finish name was. Bring it up close to the air movement. But I also figured I'd put this fan up since we're now in December, and I figured it would definitely fit with the holiday theme of like Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate either of them. But it just gives me like a lot of childhood memories of like seeing decorations like green and gold trees and such as a kid. So I figured it was, one, this fan was definitely due for a remake, and 2, I figured this would be the perfect time to do it. And boiler's on, but it's towards the end of the video, so I'm just gonna leave it. I usually don't like showing it, having that sound in the background, but I'm already like 12 minutes into the video, so I'm not gonna restart it just for that, or edit it. Alright, shut it off and spin down. Put it on reverse. And show it on the reverse setting once it's done spinning down. So yeah, these were Home Depot exclusive models. This one was from 1996, so I'm guessing that could be the first year they were. I know they weren't sold in 1995, so I'm guessing 1996 was the first year they sold them, and then they sold them up until I think maybe 1999. I'm not 100% sure. So they weren't sold for all that long. I know they weren't sold into the 2000s, so I think only for like 3 years they sold these. Maybe up until the year 2000, they might have had it up until then, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's definitely a nice, classy 90s ceiling fan. Like, it really does capture the design theme of a design trend from the 1990s, which is something I really do love about this fan. That's something I do like to see with certain fans, like when they like capture a design trend from a certain era and such. So it's almost like having it's basically having like a piece of that time era. But yeah, enough for the reverse. But when it comes to like having this one where it really captures the theme of like one of the design themes of the 90s, green, brass. That's like something you see on a lot of furnishings or like and such back then. So it's really something that I feel like captures the 90s era pretty well. Basically, the best way to put it really captures like one of the color combinations from the 90s. That's the best way to put it. Definitely one I am glad to have. I was glad putting back up. It was really nice seeing it put together again. I feel like the heat's going to turn on in a bit too, so I'll try to wrap this up. Because it's about to get pretty hot down here in a bit if both of them are running. So I definitely am going to want this on downdraft, cool down, and then take it down after I'm finishing up doing a few more videos of it. Yep, now the heat's on. Now for high. Alright, set it off. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.